What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of 360 Sports. Today, we're going to be talking about the NBA. I'm Ian Rothenberg.
Kenny.
Caden.
All right, so first headline we're going to talk about, the All-Star Game. It was an absolute disaster. Again, it's no surprise to anyone how bad the All-Star Game was. What did you guys think of it? Do you guys like the format? Any ways that they could fix it, make it better? What do you guys think?
The All-Star Game was, again, another dud. I think if I saw one idea about the all-snub team, and I think that would be better than the actual, the Rising Stars team that was able to play on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know about, putting Rising Stars in the All-Star game because, it's all second-year play. It's all first, second-year players. This rookie class is awful. I mean, we've seen it. It's not good. It's not good.
Comparable to the rest, yeah.
But still, no one asked for first and second year players to be playing in an All-Star game. Most of those guys that are in the Rising Stars game don't deserve to be playing in an All-Star game.
Yeah.
So no one asked for that. I'd say an all-snub team would definitely be better, but I would more make it an international tournament because these guys just don't care.
I think that I actually had hope for the four-team tournament idea. I thought that was poorly executed, but I thought that the intention was there. The problem is the guys just don't want to play that hard. You can't blame them. It's a long season. They want to stay fresh. You have fans on Twitter, cursing them out for not playing every single game. So it's like if they're not going to try that hard and not, produce a, all out 100% product, we can't really be mad at them. That's reasonable. And I also think that it kind of illegitimizes it when you have Jello performing at halftime.
Hey, I mean the song's fire though. You can't deny that.
But it's not. I think maybe invest in a big name. I don't know. I feel like if it was a big name performing at halftime, that could bring in some viewership. Depends on the name, but I don't know.
I mean, when the majority of the broadcast is commercials and other stuff, and it's not basketball. That's a problem.
I think it was TNT kind of just sticking one last middle finger up to the NBA. I mean, because here's the thing, TNT, they aren't doing the broadcast anymore. They got the rights taken away pretty unfairly. Everyone loves TNT. They love the Inside the NBA cast. So, I mean, that's also on the NBA for making it less basketball and more commercial advertising, making it more comedy from inside the NBA. But at the end of the day, I was saying many years ago that they should be doing an all-star tournament instead of just a game. Maybe guys would care more, but even then, the play was better, but marginally. It didn't really make a difference, which is why I think they should go to USA versus the world format. Do USA, something similar to Four Nations face-off, USA, France, Canada, and then a rest of world team just to get the rest of the European stars, because you're not going to be able to get Greece in there. You're not going to be able to get Slovenia in there, Serbia there, to get Luka, Jokic. You just do something like a rest of world team. That way, all the stars that come from underrepresented nations in basketball can play in this tournament.
Yeah, you're playing for your nation in that scenario, and it's basically their only format they have left if they want to try it out. But
I mean, it worked for hockey.
Yeah, you see the NHL, they're doing well. The NBA is probably out of the four major sports, they're on the decline for sure.
And I mean, I think the reason why they're on the decline is the fact that, I will say this, the All-Star Game's unwatchable, but the NBA is just becoming unwatchable as a whole because of how soft the game has gotten. Sure, there's guys
that are exciting. Heavily.
No, I think it's gotten soft. I mean, there are guys that are exciting to watch, don't get me wrong, but the game is just getting soft. You can't play defense anymore. That's the reality of it.
So you think there's no defense?
I mean, there's minimal defense, yes.
I don't think that's true. There's so many good defenders in the league.
Yes.
Yeah,
there are, but it's just different. You can't really be physical anymore.
Well, it's not. You don't have the archetypes of these huge guys in the paint. You have a lot of smaller guards or bigger guards rather that are.
You can't
creating their own shot. It's not like you have a bunch of Hakeems out
checking.
there. No, I think that's kind of an old head take.
It's just the offense for me.
The offense is at an all-time high.
I mean, the offense is definitely at an all-time high, which is fine. I mean, seeing guys drain threes. I mean, the three-point shooting now is. I mean, it's gotten out of control, but you kind of come to appreciate it because, especially with what Steph Curry's doing, you come to appreciate that. I mean, back in the day, these guys weren't shooting threes because it just wasn't part of the game.
So you want us to go back to 3 wings or 3 perimeter players and 2 big men in the paint in the post at both of the block. That's what you want to see.
I'm not alone on this. I'm more than happy with 90s NBA. I like the physical style of play.
Oh, you in the wrong generation, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine by me.
Anyways,
quick shout out to Nikola Jokic, who turns 30 today. What has been your favorite Jokic moment up to this point? That's a great picture, by the way. That's a great picture, by the way. So what has been your favorite Jokic moment up to this point, and where do you guys think he ranks all time, whether as a player or as a center?
So personally, I don't really buy into like the all-time ranking thing. I think it's a different,
it's just so many.
There's different eras. You can't really do that. So I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about this play never leaves my head when I think about it. Game 1, 2023 Western Conference Finals versus the Lakers. End of the third quarter. Jokic is bringing up the ball. He's asking Bruce Brown to set like a ball screen or something. Bruce Brown is in his own world. I don't know. Jokic like waves him off, hits the worst, least fluid step back. Hezzy combination
you'll ever see. The catapult shot, but it
rainbows the ball. That thing was out of the frame for 2 whole seconds. Splashes a buzzer beater. Anthony Davis looks around, just starts grinning like. It's just ridiculous. He's so unathletic looking, and it feels like he can do anything on the basketball court at his own pace. It's
all I'm saying, 23.9 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not really moments in the actual basketball game, but his press conferences are probably the funniest I've seen.
You ever see a seaweed commercial?
I have not.
I haven't actually.
It's so funny.
The dude
He's in a commercial?
Yeah, he's like made like a seaweed commercial.
He was also drafted during a Taco
funny.
Bell commercial, which I think is like hilarious because he's the best player in the globe. So it's like,
it's perfect for him. But I think my favorite Jokic moment isn't exactly a play, but I think it's him winning the NBA Finals because he deserves it so much. I mean, seeing him win, carrying the Nuggets. I mean, this guy is probably the most talented offensive big man we've ever seen. I mean, he moves the ball like no one else, not just like any other big man, just like no one else.
Mm-hmm.
He makes ridiculous shots incredibly late in the shot clock. I mean, his defense is still but it's good. It's good enough.
It's even gotten better.
It's gotten better, exactly, because I think he knows the criticism.
Yeah.
And he's getting in shape too, which is even better.
Well, yeah, I want to go back to the Lakers, all that Lakers stuff. If you watch, there are just so many incredible, crazy plays that he has against the Lakers. There was one time he had his back to Austin Reeves, and Austin Reeves creeps up. And the moment Austin Reeves is right there for a steal, Jokic just whips a pass to the corner.
Yep.
He had a tap pass.
There was one time where they were playing this. I think it was either last year or 2 years ago. And the Sixers are winning. The Sixers fell apart late in the game. Typical Doc Rivers Sixers stuff.
Oof.
And Jokic just quarterbacks a pass. I forget who he threw it to, but he just quarterbacks one length of the court. And Sixers had to call timeout.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the.
That's just what he is.
He's the best playmaking big of all time. We've never seen him before. He's a one of one talent. He's generational. He's a big man. He's got that size, and he can just do whatever he wants on the court offensively, and it's a problem for opposing teams all the time. So yeah.
Can we talk about the time where he shoved Markieff Morris and like?
I was about
awesome.
to bring that up. Yeah,
that was awesome. I don't think Markieff Morris ever came back from that.
Yeah, I think the greatest thing about that moment was his brothers in the stands. Like you saw, like I don't know, that was just funny to me. His brothers are some huge dudes, man.
Yeah. I mean, where would you guys say he rank? If you want to do the ranking, if you guys say he ranks all time, I'm not going to rank him among all time greats because.
I don't know, man. I'm with my guy here. I don't do rankings.
Yeah,
I just
it's a
waste.
It's a waste.
I'll take it. I say he's top 3 big of all time.
Top three
all time.
Top 3 big.
I agree with that. Top 3 all time.
Top 3 big of all time.
I have a list right here. You got Kareem, Bill Russell, Hakeem, Shaq, and Wilt.
All right. I hate to break it, like Bill Russell, awesome. Wilt Chamberlain, awesome. Both those guys played with plumbers and fire.
I don't know about Wilt. I might be able to see Jokic over Bill Russell.
I'm with that. I'm with that for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. Like Wilt, not over Wilt. I mean, but definitely over Bill Russell, I would say. Even though Bill Russell is an all-time great and was the original.
Rest in peace, man.
All right, so we're going to transition to the best moments this season so far. Before we get into the second half of the season, what moments do you guys think have been your favorite to this point so far? Kid, we'll start with you.
So, a little biased here, but Anthony Davis's debut, while it was short-lived, of course, Mr. Street Clothes decided to check out in the third quarter. it felt like an eternity between like the breaking news of the Luka trade and then the first game of Anthony Davis with the Mavericks.
Yeah.
26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks in just 3 quarters. Creating mismatches at that 4. We heard him in Los Angeles asked to be the 4 and play along a 5. So first play of the game, he gets a touchdown low and then throws a lob to Daniel Gafford for the literally first play of the game. It was like Nico Harrison's moment, like, dang, here, like, take it, like, stop. And so I thought it was, the future was looking bright until it wasn't, Mavericks fans, we were at rock bottom, and there was a little light of hope until he got hurt. And so hopefully
inevitably was going to get hurt. It only took him 2 games.
The first game is crazy. AD, don't hurt me like that, but he'll be back soon.
It's annoying because he's generally, like, the past 2 seasons, he's been healthy.
Yeah,
I know.
This season, he was healthy the whole season until he played the Sixers.
It was a non-contact injury, too. He just, I don't know.
But it's like they kind of low-key rushed him back, I feel like.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think, I agree with you 100%.
After the Mavs got crushed by the Thunder, they knew they needed him. They knew they needed him, and it got him hurt.
They don't have a healthy starting NBA big. Derek Lively is out. Daniel Gafford is out. Anthony Davis is out. Dwight Powell is out. They quite literally do not have a NBA big. So
just signed Moses Brown, though.
I actually like Moses Brown. He's 7'2". Get me some boards, play some defense.
Yeah, he had some moments in OKC.
Wells, we need you out there. Like anybody.
That's crazy. All right, Kenny, what about you?
Okay, my favorite moment. This is amazing right here. Look, Chet Holmgren is going to turn the ball over, but look at J-Dub. This is a 3-on-1 fast break, basically. He's going to cover so much ground here. Closes out to Amir Coffey, absorbs the contact. Now he's up in his face. Backcourt violation. Like, I love defense.
Why was Zubac there?
You just told me there's no defense. If you tune into a Thunder game, tune into a Thunder game, tune into a Grizzlies game, go tune into a Celtics game. Look at how they rotate. There is defense in the league.
Brother, what are you doing?
Like, yeah,
he should be in the paint by now.
That's true too. But like the will there, like J-Dub just literally stopped a 3-on-1 fast break by himself. That's not amazing.
Talk about that's
and
the
defense
defense
doesn't exist?
That's the defense that I want to see.
Is that Aaron
Can we
Williams?
first off talk about J-Dub because that guy's been amazing.
Yeah, for sure he's been amazing.
Yeah,
like when Chet went down and Isaiah Hartenstein was still out, he was playing the 5.
I mean, he's averaging 21 points. He's gotten better every single year he's been in this league. I'd say he's top 3 and the most improved right now. He could possibly win it, but
he was already vastly improved from last year.
I like that. Always command effort and defense.
Yeah.
And that's the effort that I want to see in the NBA.
I'm telling you, it's there. It's there, bro.
I don't see it much, honestly. But anyway,
because you stuck watching Sixers games.
Yeah,
bro.
I do watch Sixers games. You're right. All right. What's been your favorite moment this season?
My favorite moment was probably in the play-in tournament. It was Clay's return to Golden State, and Curry just went off this game. He had 37 points. And he closed it out with the final 12 points for the Warriors. They had to come back down about 5 in this game, and he just took over and showed why he's still one of the best players in this league.
Yeah, I've never seen that emotion.
Not gonna lie, doing that with 26.4 left was kind of crazy with Luka on the other side
against France in the gold medal game.
I mean,
I've never seen that.
He had emotion. It was Clay's return. That definitely had something to do with it. I think.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Curry and Clay, they've been brothers since their whole careers. I mean, and then now Clay obviously leaves. He didn't have a great end in Golden State. He's getting hurt. Became a walking brick. Ended up in Dallas, obviously, but they didn't necessarily have the end to things that they wanted to have. I'm sure they assumed that they were going to play the rest of their career together and win more titles together. That just didn't happen, and I would say that's probably because of Clay's injury.
Yeah,
not gonna lie, guys. I fear that this Jimmy Butler trade might not work out. I'm a little scared.
I disagree.
I wanted to because I love Jimmy Butler, but I mean,
it's been fine so far, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
We'll get into that later.
I'm a little scared for my guy Steph.
I mean, a lot of people with how Jimmy goes about with his teams. We'll get into it later. With how Jimmy goes about with his teams, it's reasonable for you to be scared about Steph. Anyway, my favorite moment this season was Jared McCain's. I'm a Sixers fan. Let me have my moment. Jared McCain's 30 points, 6-3 game in the NBA Cup against the Brooklyn Nets. I don't gotta say
on my
much.
screen. Get the Nets off my screen,
I
man.
miss this guy so much. All right, the Sixers need him back. I miss seeing this man drop 30 points tonight and then posting a TikTok about it after. I've been sending my brother TikToks every couple nights when the Sixers get crushed. I send my brother TikToks of Jared McCann saying that we need this guy on the team right now because I miss him playing. I hope he gets better. We need him back next year.
Real question: do you think he could be a legitimate second option? Because Joel Embiid's future is very much in question.
Trade Embiid.
Yeah,
Is that
I
Dennis
agree
Schroeder?
with that. I agree with that. That might be. The Nets they're awful. Man. The Nets are
My
awful.
bad.
They got Cam Thomas though, but
I mean, Dennis Schroeder did have a good start with the Nets, so.
I haven't seen Cam Thomas in a minute.
I haven't even heard that in a minute. But I mean, Cam Thomas, high point per game, low field goal percentage. That's just who he is.
Yeah.
That's a crazy
Yeah, well,
starting five.
oh, there's Ben
my
Simmons.
God, bro. I'm sorry.
Ben Simmons. I'm shocked he's even on the floor in this
Dorian Finney-Smith, Dennis Schroeder.
game. I mean, this was too early in the
Jalen
season.
Wilson.
So this is when Ben Simmons actually tried playing. And now he's
Was
just
Tyrese Maxey
now
in
he's
this,
done.
in this game?
He might have been
he might have
injured.
been hurt at this point. Embiid wasn't playing either.
He's good.
It was basically Jared McCain by
I
himself.
don't know his first name.
I
You know
mean,
what? I mess with Jared McCain. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on the show, first time I was on the show. McCain wasn't even getting minutes, and I said that he's my rookie to watch. Guy goes off and then of course gets hurt. That's just Sixers for you. Anyway, we're gonna be moving over to a board segment. NBA comes back tonight. We have the Hornets and the Lakers. What are your guys' second half squads that could increase their lead in their in the playoff standings or make a second half push for the playoffs? Caden, we'll start with you.
Awesome. All right. Well, my team I picked is none other than the Minnesota Timberwolves. Currently the 7th seed in the West. Really good defensive team, but I think where they can really help their chances at a run this season would be improving the offense. Obviously, you have Anthony Edwards, 28 points a game. That is no slouch. But what I really need from the Timberwolves is to help him out when these teams are, doubling him and sending these blitzes, because to stop good scores, you really need to double them. You need to take the ball out of their hands. And I think the Timberwolves don't really have that second or third option. Julius Randle, he's all right. But I think the answer actually lies with Rob Dillingham on the screen right here, number 4. When these teams send those blitzes, get the ball out of Ant's hands and put it into somebody who can beat one-on-one coverage. They can break it down. They can get a bucket. I think Rob Dillingham is a walking bucket. He needs more minutes. And you have some guys off the bench. Naz Reid. Everybody loves Naz Reid, talented big man. So I just think the more, reps they get together on the offensive end and kind of gel the offense together after losing Cat, I think they have a chance of pushing to easily the 5th or 4th seed in the West and potentially making a run. So we'll see how that unfolds.
Didn't they kind of do this to themselves, trading away Cat?
No, they definitely did it to themselves. And I mean, listen, they had to get Julius Randle to make the money balance out, and same with DiVincenzo. But Julius Randle is he's mediocre. That's just who he is. I mean, one night he'll be great, another night he'll be the worst player on the court, and that's just how he is.
Well, DiVincenzo will be back soon. That'll help.
Yeah, I was gonna
3-and-D guy. So we'll see. I just think they need some more time.
I mean, I'm excited to see Rob Dillingham develop. I mean,
I love him.
He's
I've
had some
loved
great
him
moments this
since
season. He's
Kentucky.
been inconsistent. I mean, as any rookie would be.
He gets
especially
12
when he
minutes.
came
You
from
gotta give him
OT
some more
and
minutes.
Kentucky, but yeah, I mean, definitely he needs more playing time because he's got a ton of potential. He's one of the shiftiest players in the NBA as a rookie. So we'll see. I'm excited to see him develop over these next couple of years. Hopefully he turns into a star. I think he'll turn into a star. But anyway, Kenny, you're up at the board now. Let's see who you got.
First off, I should go tell Rob Dillingham play some defense. But I'll rest my case.
He's a microwave scorer. That's
He's
about
a
it.
little
Gotta get
small.
strong,
He's
gotta get strong.
172 pounds. Hard to play defense.
No, I know.
You got to bulk
All right.
up.
So I have the Spurs actually making a push. They're currently 3.5 games out of the play-in, but most importantly, I think where this lies is that Dallas is going to slide, in my opinion. With Daniel Gafford out, Derek Lively out, and most importantly, Anthony Davis out, they're going to miss a lot of time. since the Luka trade, well, now with all these guys out, basically, you have nothing to show for with the Luka trade. And more importantly, with no Anthony Davis, you're asking a lot more from your perimeter defenders. They can't just funnel to the paint and say, oh my God, Anthony Davis, please protect me. And then they're asking Kyrie to play 40 minutes a game each night. That's going to be so taxing on him. He's going to get the best perimeter defender. He's going to get double teams. I think that with Wembanyama, you see his effort, his dedication to the game. You saw him yelling at Şengün. He wasn't yelling, but he got visibly frustrated with Şengün, who gave up the game-winning bucket. You combine the fact that Wemby's a decoy. You combine Stephon Castle, who I think is going to solidify his case to win Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, I think he's going to be extremely important in this recipe because he brings that winning experience to the table. And then now you bring in a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who we all love Fox. With De'Aaron, he's averaging, over 25 a game with 6 assists, close to 5 rebounds. He's going to be so important for this team in spacing the floor. He's going to be important in getting to the rim, with Wemby also spacing the floor. I think the sky's the limit for the Spurs. I know that they're below 500, but I definitely think that they can creep up with another team that's right above them, the Suns. I'm not a big fan of the Suns. And hopefully, one important thing I'm thinking about this is I'm hoping that Greg Popovich comes back. He's been out for a while, so I'm hoping he gets back into the mix. I'm hoping he gets healthy again because having that presence on the sideline is very important. So Pop, get well soon. The Spurs, I think they can make a playoff push.
I really like that, Kenny. I'm not gonna lie. Except you're sleeping on Max Christie, man.
Oh, I'm not sleeping on Max Christie.
Let Max Christie cook.
I know, but they're asking a lot from Kyrie.
He's
asking
also on the older side of a guard. You're very right. That worries me as a fan, for sure.
I mean, the Spurs are a very exciting team. I mean, you got Wemby. Jeremy Sohan's playing a lot better than he played ever. I mean, he's one of the most frustrating players for Spurs fans to watch. Last season, Devin Vassell's been great.
Yep. Great three-level scorer.
Stephon Castle, probably going to win Rookie of the Year now with Jared McCain done for the season. I mean, the Spurs are exciting to watch.
You're saying done for the season like he hasn't been out for 3 months now.
Yeah, I know.
I also will say that I really liked how you pointed out they are only 3.5 games out of the play-in. This wasn't like just worry about, next year where they're 15 games under 500. They can salvage this season easily. De'Aaron Fox, Chris Paul, Stephon Castle, and Wemby. I really like that.
They got a great young core over there in San Antonio, and
phenomenal.
It's definitely realistic, and they need Pop back on the sidelines. And
for sure,
every NBA fan wants to see that man coaching and healthy, and they want to see him win another ring before he retires.
Oh, I don't know about another ring, but
it might not happen. But it's what we want to see.
Go to the playoffs, though.
Owen.
So I'm going to talk about a team that can make a push for the Suns team. That's the Denver Nuggets. I think them leading with Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray's been on a hot streak throughout the last 3 months. And then they have great role players with Christian Braun, Aaron Gordon, and Michael Porter Jr. So I think that they could very well be on pace for that 1 seed. They're 8.5 games back. And with this hot start that they had to the season, they could very well catch the OKC Thunder for the 1 seed.
It's a good take.
Yeah, honestly, I think they're the hottest team in the league right now. Jamal Murray is coming off of 55.
Yeah.
Seems going to be insane.
The last game, he had 55 points against the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
And the Nuggets have always had good squads. They've always been building their squads the right way, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of the super teams. I'm not a big fan of that. All right, I'm a big fan getting 1 or 2 players in big contracts and then just getting great role players around. That's what the Nuggets did, and that's how they won their NBA championship.
So you're not a fan of the super teams, but y'all have Tyrese Maxey, Paul George.
I did not like the Paul George signing. Never liked it.
The Sixers been had a super team for the past 10 years.
Yeah,
it's
and I've
always
never
been
liked
a big
it.
three.
I've never liked it.
Okay.
All right.
What you got for us?
It won't be the Sixers, I hope.
It's not going to be the Sixers. I thought about it. It's not going to be the Sixers. I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors right now. They're 28-27, currently sitting a game. They're sitting actually in the last playing spot in the West right now. Steph Curry's averaging 24 points a game. Obviously, just traded for Jimmy Butler, who's now averaging 21 points in his 4 games with the Warriors. Butler, obviously, he's got his issues with the locker room, but the Warriors are 3-1 in games that Butler has played for them so far. And I'm expecting that with Jimmy Butler's acquisition, they have Kuminga, who's averaging 16 points. Pajemski's averaging around 10. The Warriors, obviously, you can't count them out, especially with Curry, especially with Steve Kerr coaching that team. You cannot count this team out. And with the acquisition of Jimmy Butler, this team is probably going to make a push to get maybe the 7th seed if they can get it, possibly push into the 6th. I still see them as a playing team, but they definitely are going to be moving up the standings since that Butler trade happened.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I know you said you're not high on the Warriors. I think the Jimmy Butler acquisition is really important for them because you can have Curry or Butler on the floor at once, and that's all that matters. The Warriors were worse and so bad when Curry got off the floor. And I'm thinking back to, I think it was the Bulls game where Curry subbed out for a second. They had Jimmy Butler there on the floor by himself, and then they were able to expand the lead. You never saw that happen prior. You know what I mean?
Jimmy Butler
No, I mean you
also-
haven't had. I mean at least it hadn't happened since Clay was healthy.
What are you saying, Owen?
He also brings a component that the Warriors just didn't have. He gets to the line.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what you need. He had like 18 free throws in his first game with the Warriors. So it's something that I'm hoping is gonna be good for the Warriors as a Warriors fan, but I think it can be very, very beneficial for them.
He brings that competitive fire too, and we obviously saw that in Miami. But anyway, we're going to move on to a segment, Blast from the Past. We're going to be getting players up on the board, and there's going to be a specific stat shown for a specific player, and we're going to have to guess whether they averaged over or under what's on the board.
All right. Ooh,
Okay, so this is
Ooh.
his second season.
this is
Okay.
early
Over.
2000s NBA.
Mm.
Did he go
Ooh.
from 20 to like 27 a game?
So I'm trying to think.
Ooh.
I should know his stat sheet by heart. This is just a
'Cause
career
I know in
average.
I
his-
said you're a LeBron
I know
guy.
in his
Come on
rookie
now.
Year, I think he was averaging 20. So
I
did
kind of
he
want to
make-
say under.
I'm gonna go over.
Did he make that?
I
I'll
think
go over
this
personally.
is early 2000s NBA. I mean,
It's
scoring
LeBron, though.
was on the rise, but still wasn't where it's at today. I'm going to say under.
I'm gonna go with under too.
So Kenny's the only
Yeah,
over. All
over.
right, us versus Kenny. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
Come
wow.
on, that's the king, man. That's the king. What are we talking
Wow.
about? I ain't gonna doubt the king. Come on.
Yeah, he has a point. We should have known better.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have.
Ooh.
Oh, over.
That boy
Over.
was shooting,
Over.
Was
but
it? I think he had like. Was he averaging 9 plus? I think it was like 8.5 or something.
It could have been 8.5, but I'm thinking
I think over.
what was that? 20,
It was
2016,
2018.
It was
18?
2018.
2018.
2018.
He was averaging
That's
like
right.
35.
17,
Is that when
Yeah.
they blew the lead to the Warriors? right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-2
Oh, yeah,
lead,
yeah.
Lord.
I don't know that like that off
9
that,
is a lot.
that Rockets offense was just
Yeah.
him throwing lobs to Capella and
Yeah.
him just
His
kicking out. to
numbers
Aaron
haven't
Gordon.
gone over
Yeah.
10 really until a couple years ago.
Personally, I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, so
again.
am I.
I'll
He might
go with
be a little
over.
over.
I'll rock with over.
I'll do over.
Ooh,
8.8.
0.2.
Okay.
Owen knew.
I say his
Shoot,
numbers really didn't go up
Yeah.
until 2 or 3 years ago.
Final one.
Oh, this is under. This is under.
Yeah, I say I'm
This is
going
under.
with him on this. It's under.
He averaged like 23 a game.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with
His-
what you
his-
I'm
said.
gonna go with Owen.
His second
I'm putting my
MVP
trust in
season
Owen.
was
Let
unanimous.
Owen cook.
He had 30 points per game in his second MVP season. He had 23.
Hey, if
Yeah.
you're wrong,
Don't
I'm
burn down
going
the
with
kitchen.
I know I'm not wrong.
Don't burn down
I'm
the
gonna go
kitchen,
with under.
Owen.
Yep.
that's what's up. I like that.
Good work.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so now we're going to move on to our first half award winners. Obviously, we got the battle between Jokic and Shea for MVP. Who's you guys most improved? Defensive player of the year, rookie of the year, all that. Who do you guys got?
Where are we
This
starting?
one, lightning round, one award, hottest take for the winner.
Hottest take for the winner.
Oh,
Okay.
So for the first, are we going like first half of the season? or
yeah,
are we
for
going,
based on the
Yeah,
first half of the
well,
season.
okay.
Choose one award.
Okay.
What do you guys? Should we go most improved or rookie of the year?
Can we go one award each? Yeah.
Oh, we all choose different. All right.
But one that you have, just choose one.
All right. And I'll let you
I'll go
start.
most improved. Give me Trey Murphy.
I love him, but
That it's a 7-point per game jump. Like no more Brandon Ingram. He's gonna cook.
Norman Powell took a 10-point jump.
Okay. Got me there.
What you got?
All right.
Lightning round.
I think I'm gonna do most. I mean, I got on my feet Norman Powell, but that's not a hot take because he's front runner right now. So I'm gonna go rookie of the year. He's nowhere on the ladder, but it's a hot take. Justin Edwards. That's my guy. Undrafted Philly
Very
guy. He's been
biased.
playing incredibly well since going in the starting
That's
lineup.
not a biased take.
I love Justin Edwards, man.
Okay.
He's been a dog.
Since this is hot takes, I'll go with coach of the year. I'll say Kenny Atkinson. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I feel like
I think that's
kinda
fair.
unanimous. He's
Unanimous?
Yes.
Nah.
I don't know about unanimous. Like
No,
Ime Udoka
Mark
exists.
Dagnall is the
Ime
front runner
Udoka
right now.
exists.
I
The
The
Cavs
fact
are the
Ime
one
Udoka
seed. No one
exists.
thought the Cavs were going to be the 1 seed, and they've been like 5 to 7 range.
They were 4th last year, though. That's not too. I mean, it's
4 to 7.
No, but
Granted,
Kenny Atkinson's
their
in his
team is
first
great.
year there and hasn't
Yeah.
coached in 2 years.
their team is great, but what I'm seeing from the Rockets is so much more impressive. They weren't a playing team last season. They were as high as 2 seed this season, and now they sit at 4th, which they just dropped to the Nuggets. They don't even have a superstar on their team. We were questioning Şengün's selection, right?
Yeah.
So I just give a lot of credit to Udoka.
I
I
think
agree
that's
with
fair.
that.
I mean, the Rockets were in the basement of the league just 2 years ago. Udoka
Last
comes in.
season, even.
They were much better, but Udoka comes in and completely changes it.
My take, I'm going to go with the Rookie of the Year. I'm not going to go with the Laker with a fan team like you want to say Justin Edwards. You just pulled that out of nowhere. I think this is kind of hot. As much as I love Stephon Castle, give me Jalen Wells. Because I think Jalen Wells, as a rookie, he's had the biggest impact on winning. You watch what he does with Memphis on a game-to-game basis, his defensive effort. He's hugging Curry. He's hugging Anthony Edwards 94 feet up the floor. He's knocking down his threes when he needs to. He can put the ball on the floor here and there when he has to. I'm a huge fan of Jalen Wells. I hope he succeeds for his career.
All right, I think these are all good takes, hot takes. With that, we're going to wrap up the show. Rian Rothenberg, Caden Gill, Kenny, Owen, thank you guys for watching. Thon is in 3 days. The show is for the kids. Thank you guys for tuning in.